Hey everyone, David here from Another Eden Adventures. How the Olaya are ya? If you haven't noticed by now, Another Eden is a game filled with waifus. So in celebration of me getting married recently, I thought I'd do a waifu tier list just for you, my friend. I recorded it on Twitch last night and I've uploaded an edited version of it here for you on YouTube. In this video, you'll notice me talking to people once in a while. No, I wasn't talking to myself. I was just responding to comments. But sometimes I do talk to myself. Sometimes in the bathroom, sometimes in trains, sometimes at work, but doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. What matters is the content, right? If you want to check out the raw, unedited version with plenty more laughs, do check out and follow me on Twitch. Follow my Facebook for notifications. All the links are below. Anyway, this was a lot of fun and I would love to know who are your top 10 waifus. Comment below, let's have fun. Without further ado, here's the list. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Here we go. Hey everyone, David here from Another Eden Adventures and I'm trying something new. I am streaming something on Twitch, which I'll later put on YouTube, hopefully, unless I majorly screw it up. Thank you so much. Shout out to Best Boy, who's been keeping me company, giving me feedback to make sure this works. And if it doesn't work anyway, I'll just do it again. But I thought this would be fun. So what I'm doing tonight, or the morning, wherever you're watching from, is we'll be doing a waifu tier list in memory of me getting married. So I was recently married, for those of you who don't know. You're going to be thinking about wives, right? I'm going to choose these waifus based on a few factors, which I'll just pull out of my ass right now. Let's just assume they won't leave me, right? They'll actually pick me from a crowd. I know they'll love Aldo, but this is a fantasy world where I get to pick. And so the three factors of me judging them, whether they're triple S or F, would be, the first one would be, can she win in a fight? Is Kenshi last in a fight? And is she still playable today? The second factor would be the very obvious one, which is looks. Does her appearance appeal to me? And the third one is story. Does she have a compelling story? Do I like it? I think we'll just start with whoever's first. So, Veyner. I haven't downloaded a photo, but we'll bring her up here. I have it pre-selected for you. So, Veyner, keep her a little bit more relevant. Let's do Veyner another style. Firstly, when I did a guest show with Melody Crystal, she told me Veyner looked old. And then I started to realize maybe I'm just really old. But I actually think she looks young. Am I that old? Anyway, battle skills. She, nowadays, you can get a much more powerful wind unit, obviously. Right? But she is a great wind zone setter that I still use. Well, what I say still use, I probably used it maybe three months ago. But hey, who's keeping records? In terms of looks, I'd say S. Yeah, she's definitely S for me anyway. Do elves really dress like that? Do fairies really dress like that? Maybe. I haven't seen one. And the last one, her story, she loves telling stories. She puts people to sleep with her stories. She puts Aldo to sleep. I would, you know what, as a waifu, the only problem is I would die before her. She lives thousands of years, right? She's really old. And for me to be with her, she'd have to be a complete pedophile. That's the only thing. Right? I'd be dating a complete pedophile. But no one would know unless she told them. And I guess, just thinking about it now, would I be able to put up with her long stories? Ugh. If she was pure looks, I'd give her an S. But given the fact that she's old and she could be a pedophile, I'm going to have to give her a B. Alright? That's it. A B. Who's next? Mariel. I have a picture of her. Oh shit, I don't. Okay, Let's look her up. So Mariel. She was a player favorite for months, right? If you looked at the Another Eden tier list, she was number one for months. Like I think she was the only unit who has been number one this long. If someone thinks differently, let me know in the comments. But yeah, she was number one, and she was my support unit for a long time. Her heal, her holy blast. Anyway, in terms of skill, I would still rate her purely for sentimental reasons. And I think she's got to make a comeback with a true manifest at some point. In terms of looks, cute, cool outfit. I don't know how old she is though. That's the only thing that concerns me. So I won't marry her until I find out, until I look at her ID. And battle story is interesting. I think there's still a mystery to a story, which I like. It hasn't been fully resolved yet, so I'm gonna give her a A. I'm gonna give her an A. I don't know why. So Michael, thanks for joining us, Michael. He says, got her but never used her, honestly. I already had healer units that attacked at the same time. So you probably got her a bit after she was powerful, I'm guessing, right? Best Boy says, Mariel, love heart. So someone else said, oh, Michael. Hey, Michael, yeah, thanks for the compliments, man. Really appreciate it. That kind of stuff keeps me going, gives me juice. All right, so that's Mariel, done and dusted. Love to know what Michael thinks. When Michael pulled her. But who was your healer, by the way? I might put her on this tier list. Next is Tuva. Ooh, so Tuva was really popular before I came on. Let's put her up. And I think there was a huge, before, this was me, brand new to the game. And I looked at the Reddit and it was like, why was everyone talking about Tuva? And then I realized why. Look at this picture. People are really talking about Tuva then, because, obviously clear because of the skeleton with a knife. Right? You can't just not look at the skeleton with a knife. It's so obvious. No, seriously though, I know there was a bit of a fuss about her because they censored her, right? They censored her for the global version, but not for the Japanese version. So let's look her up. It's nothing scary, uncensored. It's nothing dodgy, so don't worry. You can close your eyes if you want. Tuva uncensored. This is a censored one. So basically, they just they colored that in. They colored this bit in. All right, everyone, be honest here. When you found out she was censored, how quickly did you go to Google and Google the uncensored version? How quickly were you upset? I definitely didn't do that. I was like, oh, I'm glad it's censored. I'm glad because I'm too innocent for this. But now they don't censor anything. So Michael says, I used Mistrare AES for a long time, then Starkey, a waifu for me because of Chrono Cross. So Michael's waifu is Starkey, everyone. I'm going to rate Starkey just for you later. And yeah, Mistrare is awesome. I think Best Boy loves Mistrare too, right? Oh, it's that Melody Crystal. But Tuva, okay, back to the ratings. So Tuva, her skills, you know what? She's pretty sucks. She kind of sucks now. To be honest, she kind of sucks. But her ult is pretty good, right? Violet Lancer. I haven't used her. I don't have her in my party. I have Tuva AS. I have Tuva. And in terms of looks, yeah, like knock yourself out. But if you know her story, she's a dead person, man. Come on, man. If you're into that, sure. I'm not into marrying dead people. Not yet, anyway. Maybe when I'm older. So, looks, yeah, sure. but she knowing that she's dead, I'm not so sure. Personality, storyline is very cool, especially with the mythos feature. So I'll give it extra points for her story, especially in the extended mythos. So I'm going to have to give her a C. Yep. C. Sorry, Tuva. Where are you? Well, it's a lot of units here. I'm going to stick with, depending on our time, I'm going to stick with 10 to 20. So, Tuva... Oh, there she is. Yeah. Best Boy is lying right now, and he says, I actually haven't seen the uncensored version of her artwork. This is the first time I've heard you lie, my friend. Yuka, who looks exactly like Yuna. You know what? I can't say anything about AES because I actually haven't unlocked her yet. I have Yuna 5-star. And so Yuna's looks... Best Boy says first time getting exposed. I remember being... This is really creepy. I remember Googling how to download uncensored version of Another Eden. That's a secret for you. Which I'm guessing no one else did. No one else in the world did that. Just me. Yuka. Oops. Oh, Yuna. Yep. Hang on, who the hell is Yuka? Is that she from Final Fantasy? I forgot that chick's name. So Yuna, everyone. OG Yuna. Let's zoom in. That was the worst zoom in I've ever seen. What's a clear picture? Here we go. Here's a clear picture. There's Yuna, everyone. You just gotta love that, right? Look at that stance. It's hilarious. So Yuna, in terms of looks, she looks exactly like... is it Yuka? Fantasy Yuka? Oh, is her name also Yuna? Yeah, her name is also Yuna. She looks way too much like Yuna from Final Fantasy. See, so the problem is when you scroll too far down on Google image search publicly, it just gets inappropriate. So when you have... This is a tip for anyone doing public presentations. Just stick to the first bit of Google image search. Then you'll be safe. Especially when looking up waifus. So I think Yuna is named exactly the same as Yuna from Final Fantasy. And that's my only gripe with her looks. But other than that, I mean, I'm going to forgive her simply because of her third part, my third qualification thingy-majiggy, which is her story. I love her story. I love how she drinks, how she makes it rain. Absolutely hilarious. And it was great. I think this is the first unit I've seen get drunk on Another Eden. Love it. Her skills are... I have to put down her points though, because her skills, she kind of sucks, right? Now today she sucks, but hopefully that like Mariel is a true manifest coming for her, or an alter version. That'll be awesome. So story amazing, looks very similar to Yuna from Final Fantasy stuff and everything like that, but maybe that's a traditional Japanese thing. I don't know, someone can correct me. So I'm gonna have to give her a C. She was though like Mariel, she was a huge part of my life, part of my unit, my roster for many months. Especially her regen ability, because Mariel at the time didn't have that. I'm pretty sure Mariel's manifest weapon gives the regen ability, but I don't think her base skill set did that. Anyway, sorry Yuna. I'm going to skip a few and go to some favorite ones. Let's go to Michael's favorite one, which is Starkey. Where is Starkey? Where are you, buddy? It's not up to date. All right, we'll substitute Starkey. Well, let's say this dude, Morgana. Let's say Morgana is Starkey for now. So Starkey is. I don't even know what gender Starkey is. To me, I'm gonna have to apologize to you, Michael, because I hate Starkey. I hate Starkey, man. Like, he doesn't even get a picture in Google image search. Let's put Chrono Cross in here. There he is. Okay, so Starkey. Hey, here's a cute little painted illustration. So Starkey is an adorable unit who's just creepy. Super creepy. Let's say I'm an alien and I'm attracted to aliens, like Michael. And so based on looks, I would say totally kawaii. I'd give him 10 out of 10 looks, right? If I was an alien who's into aliens. 10 out of 10 looks, cool outfit. Skills, great. He's great at skills, right? His story, as Michael said, he's a good healer. So in terms of story, yeah, interesting, but he just creeps me out, man. He's just a weird guy. Gal, thing, alien, whatever. And I don't know what gender it is. I'm picturing it to have a little masculine, little boy voice. Oh, it has a little weird alien voice, right? But then, alright, so his looks, alright, let's judge him from an alien's eyes. Very cute, very kawaii. Skill set, good unit still. Good for clearing mobs, good healer, good shields. His personality, he'd be weird on a date. Imagine waking up next to Starkey every morning and him just saying weird things to you, right? But I'm going to give him a B because he is a powerful unit. And he does, in the game, he does have a lot of replay value. He has a few mini games. There's the boss. I don't remember the name of the boss, Langrover, I think. So, and plus he's a key character of Chrono Cross. So let's, where are you, Morgana? Let's put him up there. Because I've completely lost Morgana. I don't know where he is. He just vanished. Alright, so I'm going to give him an A. Alright, just for you, Michael. Starkey gets an A, even though he's creepy. And I do hate him. And that mini game, second row for Morgana. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. Alright, let's put Morgana back up. And give him an A. Just for you, Michael. And plus, he's a good unit. Or it. Or they. So how many do we have here? We have 2, 3, 5. Is there anyone gonna be an S? We'll see. So who's next? Annabelle. So Annabelle is like Mariel. She has, some sentimental value in my life. She was my defense unit for longer than Mariel. Like, she was a support unit of mine, my tank unit, for way longer than Mariel was a support and healer unit. I used Annabelle way up to the end of last year, I think. And I use it for every main boss I fought, for every manifest battle I did. Most of the manifest battles I did, I had Annabelle by my side. So skill set, I'd say back, if you asked me last year, I'd say 10 out of 10 now. Because there's so many more tank units, AS Radius and so forth, she's going to be downgraded to 5. Sorry, Annabelle. Her story is awesome. That's why she has a whole episode named after her. Her story with what's her name? Deirdre is awesome. Paladin stuff, good story. 10 out of 10 for story. Looks, yeah, she's really cool. So skill set is her downfall because she's just been power crept. Hopefully she makes a comeback, but as for now, she fails for skills. I mean, she just passes for skill set. I guess you can still use her in battles. But she just won't be as good as someone like Starkey. Or Radius. AS Radius. But I'm going to give her an A simply because she looks cool. No, I'm going to give her a B. I'm remembering my chat with Melody because Annabelle looked cool, but it is dated. her design. So if you look at her old design, it's a bit dated. They could update her a little bit. And the real question is, will she pick me? Probably not. She'll kick my ass too. Who's next? So we have 6. Okay. Oh, this is a player favorite, and I don't know how to pronounce the name properly. Is it Shani or Shani or Shania? But I saw a poll on Facebook, and someone said, "Who would you pick as your waifu?" And everyone overwhelmingly chose Shani. I'm gonna say Shani for now until someone corrects me. Shani. And you know what? I don't like Shani. I'm just jealous. She loves Aldo way too much. Shani. All right. So Michael says he always said Shani. So let's do it. Let's stay with Shani. Shani. Okay. Let's start with looks. I mean, her looks are very impractical, right? She's meant to be this awesome knight, but look, I don't know. Maybe that just helps her with her defense. Maybe she doesn't need defense around the front area. I'm trying to say as much as I can without getting in trouble. Where's OG Shani? So there's OG Shani. All right, so let's rate her. She looks all right. She looks all right. I'll take that back. Let's give her 10 out of 10 for looks. So skills is where she fails. Right, she has been easily power crept by most units, and you would hardly hear of anyone using her in their teams. So she fails at skills. Her story is great, though she is simping for Aldo. She does simp for Aldo. Though it's a memorable story because most people bring her story up. Most people remember it. So I guess she passes. I would give her... Ugh. Well, she passes in looks and she passes in story. So she'll rate up there with Annabelle, I'd say. And I'd say the same for AS version. Best Boy says, classic JRPG rules, less armor, more defense. And for superheroes, in comics, anyway. And manga, anime. Unless you're a guy, right? Imagine if they made guys like half naked as well. Gary, you. Who's next? Speaking of waifus, there is Elga, who Best Boy and I were talking about yesterday, I believe. Elga, let's Elga AS. My only concern is I don't know how old she is. I'm not going to comment on looks, but in terms of skill set, she is good. She used to be good. Best Boy and I were talking about that yesterday. She used to be awesome. She's great at clearing, especially her AS mode, which I played with. I used her quite a bit in beating bosses back in the day. AS version was really good. She could restore MP and she can clear mobs pretty well, though she does use up her MP quite a lot back in the day. So skill set, she has been power crept, so she would probably just get just a pass for skill set. Her story is awesome, and I hope they continue her story even more. In terms of artwork, so I'm not going to judge it by looks because I'm not. I don't know how old she is, but artwork is great. Actually, I don't know how old she is, but I don't know. She looks really young in this picture. But her artwork is cool. And her sprite is cool. So artwork is okay. Skill set, she's been power crept. Story is great. So I'm going to put her in line with Shani. I might piss a few people off with this, but let's put her with Shani. I'll put OG and AS. Oh, OG is a bit less powerful. So let's put AS above her. Okay, let's go to one of my personal favorites back in the day. She was obviously power crept, but I don't have a true manifest yet. Though I haven't heard anyone talk about her true manifest at all. Or seen her fighting in any of the YouTube videos, which is Azami. She also has... is it an AS coming out? The samurai with a short skirt. So, in terms of looks, I'm all for her, man. 10 out of 10 for me. I would totally ask her to be my waifu. In terms of skills, I'm just talking about her manifest weapon version. And she was a pain in the ass to beat back in the day. When you tried to unlock her free version, she was hard, for me anyway. So Best Boy says her true manifest is surprisingly good. So I'm going to take his word on that and give her extra points for that. So looks, for me, 10 out of 10. Samurai with a short skirt, sweet. Not, though if I were to be harsh, it's not that unique. Actually, it is. I don't know. I don't watch that much anime. To me, it's unique. Skill set. Judging from... I'm going to trust what Best Boy says. I'm going to say good. Maybe 8 out of 10. I don't hear that many people talk about her. That's all. In terms of skill set. And in terms of character, I love... she's one of the characters in the game where I just instantly remember she likes sweets. She loves sweet. She really loves those dumplings, right? So her story is pretty cool. Actually, no, I don't remember her story that much. All I remember is that she loves sweets. So maybe I'll give her a low rating for story, but I'm gonna give her an S. Because she's been updated, because she looks pretty cool, and she loves sweets. I love sweets. I ate some sweets just then. Let's give her an S. Mistrare. Let's do it. Michael talked about Mistrare. I think Best Boy's mentioned a few times. Let's bring her up. I can't see OG Mistrare here. There she is. I'm gonna mention AS Mistrare, but I don't have it yet. So I'm more familiar with Mistrare OG. And I think I have a image. Oh, we have AS. Okay. Okay. Let's look at it purely based on looks. And obviously, the first thing you'll probably notice when you look at a photo of Mistrare are her big earrings, right? Really big earrings. And her big blue hair. Very obvious, like very clear, like you just see it right away. Earrings, that's what I thought. This OG Mistrare. Okay, looks. I talked about this in my video with Melody. The shoes are nuts. Maybe she's in like, maybe they modeled her from I don't know, Victoria's Secret catwalk. I don't know. Her shoes are crazy, but they seem impractical. Maybe they're deliberately impractical so she can fly around. In terms of skills, she has been power crept, but AS, I know her AS model version is still very powerful. her songs and stuff really makes things easier for people. So let's assume she has that skill set. Top rating for that. And her story, I love it. She's a record keeper. I love how they made her a bit nerdy. You know, they didn't make her like some really cool badass character. She's a pretty nerdy character. She loves just recording history. Me, I have a writing background. I'd totally fall in love with that. And man, she has wings. Who wouldn't want to marry a lady with bright blue hair and wings and really, really big earrings, right? And two big shoes. So that 10 out of 10 for me. Waifu. She does pass the waifu test. I'll give her an S, and I'll give her a S version. I haven't unlocked her, but she has been topping the tier lists, and I do hear a lot of positive feedback about AS. I'm going to give her double S. Mistrare, you're winning so far. Next, I can't do... So Michael says, yeah, very useful for defense and attack the same. Saved my butt in a lot of difficult battles for AS version. Yeah, the AS version, I'm jealous. Because I use the OG version a lot, especially for her crystal attacks, and when she's on Lunatic, she just absolutely nails. The only thing is I kept running out of MP for her, for OG version anyway. But that's without Grastas or any special equipment. But she was a good healer. She's tended to die a lot, for me anyway. But yeah, I'd love to get her AS version. Amy is the OG love interest of Aldo. Not love interest, but maybe you can tease it that she loved Aldo. That's why she can't be my wife. She can't. No, but she is one of the OG female units. She is the OG female units, aside from Fanny. Let's look her up, shall we? I swear I didn't download any of the photos that I'll be using today. Amy. Alright. Would you want to marry that lady? I think most people would say yes. Right? See, clearly because of her two big eyes. She has really big eyes. So in terms of looks, in terms of art style, she's a direct knockoff of... Whoa. Who illustrated that? Awesome. She's a direct knockoff of... Let's open up a new tab. Does anyone else here use DuckDuckGo? So, Final Fantasy... Tifa. She's a complete knockoff of Tifa. And this is one of those things where you can't scroll down too much in image search. I can't even look at this in image search without being scared that something might appear. Anyway, let's look at this very quickly. Tifa from Final Fantasy. Bloody image search. They made it look very... And plus her skill set as well. Like, she's a fighter. She's a bare knuckle fighting. She's pretty much Tifa, without a doubt. So in terms of artwork, I wouldn't rate her that high. I mean, it is cool artwork, but it's just a knockoff of Tifa. Skill set, she has been power crept. Though, once in a while, I still use her in fights. She was a pretty awesome wind unit. And, excuse me, it would be great to see them level her up like they leveled Aldo up at some point. So she'd have to just pass for the skill set. In terms of story, well, she is a main character. So she's with Aldo all the way from the start. So 10 out of 10 for story. All right, so 10 out of 10 story for I was about to say Tifa. For Amy, 5 out of 10 for appearance because she's a knockoff. 5 out of 10 for skill set because she has been power crept. So will she be my waifu? Obviously yes, but she'll always be thinking of Aldo. I know it. But some people have said she might be gay. So who knows? Anyway. Amy. Amy, sorry, Amy, you're gonna be a C until you get upgraded, buddy. Until they give you some new artwork, some more original artwork. I just called her buddy. I just friend zoned Amy. I would be scared of any of these people I'm rating in real life. They could all kill me. I'd be scared most of Starkey. Starkey just gives me goosebumps, man. Anyway. Another favorite is Hozuki. And so if you look at Hozuki, you can tell that a lot of guys, a lot of men and women definitely are not attracted to her. She is probably the least... Michael, poor Starkey being bullied. Man, I wouldn't bully... If I met Starkey, I definitely wouldn't bully him. I'm just talking trash about him behind his back because he's not listening. Not that I know of. So Hozuki clearly is the least attractive unit in the game. Right? Without a doubt. I don't think anyone would disagree with me. Seriously though. Alright, so in terms of look, come on. Alright, so in terms of looks, 10 out of 10. Right? In terms of skills, Hozuki AS is actually not bad. She is a fire user. She has a bracelet. that's all I can say. I think she clears mobs pretty well, from my memory. In terms of story, sassy chick, very foxy, plays a part of the fox really well, right? Business person, very cunning, street smart, very flirty with Aldo. Like she embodies a fox pretty well. I think she's cleverly written, great story. So 10 out of 10 for looks, 10 out of 10 for story. Skills, I'd say 6 out of 10. And I'm talking about AS here, by the way. So will I marry her? Hell yeah. If she wasn't obsessed with Aldo. But she would. She'd leave me for Aldo in a heartbeat. Yeah. And she'd probably steal all my money. But would I still marry her? Probably, just so I can talk about it. No one will believe me, though. I'll give her... Because she passed in story and looks, I'm going to give her an A. Up there with Starkey. Alright, so I'll do maybe 3 more. So, one person that I haven't stopped shutting up about is Suzette. Obviously, and there are multiple versions of Suzette. So there's Suzette Alta. Hey, I actually have her photos. So there's Suzette Alta. Let's bring her up. How do I fit her on the screen? Alright, there's Suzette Alta. And there's Suzette AS. Another style. Actually, I would love to know Best Boy and Michael, right? Who would you guys out of these Suzette? So there's Suzette Alta, Suzette AS, there's Suzette ES, extra style, and there's Suzette OG. Who would you guys, if you could pick only one, who would you guys pick? So there's Suzette OG, Suzette extra style, Suzette another style, and Suzette Alta. We'll wait. Dun 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 dun. Michael says Suzette Alta all the way. Sweet. Good choice. How about you, Best Boy, if you're in here? Best Boy says OG Suzette. She has been very helpful. Also, we both have sweet tooth. Yeah, so Suzette does have sweet tooth. Alright, so I would marry both. Though, would Suzette Alta kill me in my sleep? I think both of them could. Suzette still has issues, right? She still goes crazy once in a while. Alright, so I'll rate both of them for you. So in terms of artwork, Suzette, Gothic Lolita, they're going for the goth. If the aim was to make cool looking Gothic Lolita unit, then they've passed. To me anyway. 10 out of 10 for me. Looks, skill set, true manifest. If anyone watches my streams here on Twitch, I use Suzette all the time. She's really powerful. 10 out of 10. Story, I love it. Her story is awesome. Her story arc is awesome. What she learns, how she grows. 10 out of 10. So Suzette, OG, yep. Will you marry me? Yes. I hope my wife isn't listening to this. If she is, it's all make-believe. So Suzette, Michael says, Suzette Alter would kill us in our sleep, and Suzette Normal would just talk gibberish all night long about the netherworld. Yeah. Suzette actually does sound like a crazy homeless person. She sounds like that crazy person you meet in the bus. And then you try and have a decent conversation with them, and they just... Yeah, actually, if that was another one of my criteria, could you have a conversation with them? I'd say Suzette would be the hardest person to have a conversation with. It's not in my criteria. I should have put it there. Because that is important to having a wife, to being married. Okay, so Suzette Alter. So I would say Suzette Alter is sweet. Like, she gives me Matrix vibes. And if the brief to draw her was make a futuristic, Matrix-looking, cyberpunk chick, that is awesome. It's really cool. I don't know why there's like factory stuff beyond. Maybe it's the building she blew up. She has really small hands. I don't know what happened to her hands, man. Why are they so small? But she is, I'd say 10 out of 10. Yep. 10 out of 10. Skills. I'm so biased, by the way. I'm 100% biased. I to admit, but so she 10 out of 10 skills. She is so powerful. Like my Suzette Alter isn't level 80 yet, and she can smash. She can destroy really well. Even with her basic attack, she can clear mobs with it really easily. And in terms of story, man, her story is heartbreaking because her story matches up with Suzette OG. And damn, for anyone who's played her side quest, oof, you'll cry. But she is broken, so if you marry her, you're marrying some broken-ass serial killer who's killed thousands of people. So you just got to deal with that baggage. Not gonna lie, folks. Double S, triple S for Suzette Alter. Where's Suzette OG? Where you at? By the way, if anyone is thinking I'm sexist, I'm gonna try and get my wife to do a husbando list. She's just doesn't have that much experience in talking, so we'll see. Where's Suzette? I reckon there'll be a great husbando list. Starkey can probably be in it as well. 6th row for Suzette. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, thank you so much. That was easy. You know what though? I have all Suzettes except for Suzette AS. I remember there was a time when she was like really popular. Pretty cute. Suzette AS. That would be the waifu, I reckon. But I don't know what her side quest is like. Does she also have a really small hand here as well? Is that like a robot hand? Does Suzette not have normal hands? My life is just... Everything I knew about the world is just... Oh no, she has normal hands. What the hell? Are these gloves? Hang on. Does she not have... Oh yeah, she always wears gloves. Oh, she has normal hands here. Whew. I don't know why I went, whew. Melissa, everyone. Melissa. Melissa. So she was the first global unit, and she is still one of the most powerful units. In terms of looks, I don't know. I'm in two minds about her looks simply because of her sprite. She's got these massive ass legs, like she'd be very awkward to hang out with. Let's say you're out on a date. She won't fit in the doors. Let's look at her. Is there a picture? I'm scared of scrolling down too far. We'll start seeing things. Melissa sprite. Nope. Anyway, we'll just look at this picture. So there's Melissa's 5-star. So she reminds me of those old school anime characters. It's just her leg shields look insane. I mean, 10 points for being unique, I guess. Are they leg shields? I guess you can remove them. Like, well, once you get to be her husband, right, you'll be like, yo, if you love me, do you want to remove these leg shields when we're out on a date? So let's say you have the option to remove the leg shields. Yeah, sure. 10 out of 10. Looks very cool cyborg lady. With detachable leg shields, everyone. Let's just put that rule up there. She has detached. Still, I'm not that convinced about her looks. 8. So in terms of skill set, yep, 10. She hasn't been overly power crept. You can still use her for many boss battles and still win with the right Grasta. I think without Grasta and the right equipment, she can lose. She's not that impressive, to me anyway. Like just base naked without Grasta. Maybe I'm not using it properly. That could also be it. And her story, 20 out of 10. Like, I love the story. Is to me, out of all the units I've played with, her story was the most unique, because Aldo wasn't in the story, and the way they presented it was very interesting, very heartbreaking, very unique. Loved it. So what would I rate her? I would say double S. Triple? No, double. Yeah, double S. Alright, so let's do... I want to do more, but I know I don't want to drag on too long. There's so many more units, so many more waifus here. Yeah, Best Boy says her story was so memorable and I don't even have her. Alright, because we got to keep things a bit tight. I'll just do one more, and it is a favorite for sure. Nagi. So Michael says Nagi ES. Another. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm just scared. I don't know how old Nagi is. I don't want to comment too much about the young ones. But I will do it for you. I'll judge her by her artwork. Let's do Nagi ES. Hang on, is this Nagi ES or AS? Nagi ES, yeah, I have Nagi ES. She's awesome. So Nagi ES is, in terms of art style, it is really cool. Like, even her sprite, I think, is awesome. So Nagi, this is all we can see of her right now. Nagi ES, in terms of art style, is awesome. Especially if you know Nagi OG. And you can compare how different they looked. Nagi ES, the way they illustrated her, they just brightened her up completely. I think is she wearing like a swimming, those things you put in a swimming pool if you can't swim? What do you call those little rings you put around your body? So Slothwood says, I just side graded Nagi to ES an hour ago. Hey, well, you're in the right place, my friend. We are seeing if she is waifu material. Not for me, because I don't know how old she is, but maybe for the younger people in this who's playing or watching right now. So, artwork is awesome. Her skill, she is powerful, man. She was one of my luckiest pulls this year. Nagi ES and Suzette Extra Style were some of my best pulls this year, and she is just powerful. I'm sad that I didn't pull her when she was new, because I would have used her much more frequently. She is a strong unit. Skill, 10 out of 10. Artwork, I'd say maybe 8 out of 10. And story, she is part of that whole arc, Abyss saga. She's a mom, yeah, but is she a young mom? That's what. If I knew her age, then I could say more, but I don't know. I'm going to keep quiet. I know she's a mom, but I don't know. I don't know her age, man. So I'm going to keep quiet. But now I lost my train of thought. Thinking of mums. Thinking of mums now. Is there actually? Is she the only mum unit? You know they have old men in Another Eden, but do they have old women besides the really attractive Veyner? Like the elves who just look good even if they're old. So Nagi ES story, great. Like she's a huge part of this. Like there are hours of story content for her. It's great. Is it memorable story? I wasn't the biggest fan of the story of the arc. It got better and better though, the latest chapter. So artwork, yep, 10 out of 10. Her sprite is cool. Skill set, yep, 10 out of 10. Story, yeah. Sorry, artwork is 8 out of 10. Story, I'd say, yeah, maybe a 9 out of 10. So she's pretty good. And I think her skills really do her justice. I'm going to give her an S. She is a pretty awesome character. She should be more popular than she is. She's really strong. Okay, one more. I just can't find her. I can't find Eva. No one's saying that she's here, so I'm guessing she's not. So let's just load a picture. We can't do a waifu tier list without talking about Eva. Where's Eva, man? When we're getting these weird-ass Adam and Eve photos. Well, let's go to Google. I don't have to keep doing that. Okay. Eva, everybody. Hey, that's a cool illustration. Some fan art right there. So Eva is, yeah, it's Slothwood says just go to the wiki. Oh wait, the wiki has let us down. I'm surprised how much we need the wiki in our lives. It's like one day if you run out of water, you're like, what the? You just realize how much you need it. So she is the next global unit that came with the 3rd anniversary of the global version of Another Eden, everyone. And there's a strong consensus that her story made people cry. I always cried too. And it is a dark... Speaking of waifu, speaking of romance, her story is dark. It is a dark story. It is tragic. So let's start by her looks. If you didn't know her, you'd think, damn... She looks cool. She is waifu material. There's a bit of thigh action going. If you look a bit closely, there are horns on her head though. If you don't mind that, then that's fine. Good on you. And if you look even closer, you'd see that her hands are white. Could you marry a lady with scaly white hands? And if you look even closer, you'll notice that she has a giant tail. It's coming out of her butt. Or is it a poop? I think it's a tail. So if you're into that, so if you're into a lady with bright purple hair and horns and scaly hands and a giant tail, but with eyes, right? But if you look even closer, you'll realize, and you knew her lore, that she's a dragon, would you marry her? And I'm guessing the answer is yes. So visually, artwork, Yeah, I think she looks awesome. Though I think, is she technically a woman? Is she a male female? Hermaphrodite? Like, is she both genders now? Like, she's two lovers who literally become. Spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't know the story, but yeah, spoiler alert. Is she two lovers who literally. Hey, I just realized, yeah, it's two become one. That is powerful. Like, that is the ultimate symbol of marriage, right? Two people becoming one. That is deep. I just came up with that. That's cool. So artwork, yeah, I'd give her a 10 out of 10. Would I marry a half woman, a woman who is also her lover, who's also a dragon, who also has a massive tail? I'm not sure. Skill set, she is insane. She is a really strong 12 out of 10. Like, she just destroys. Her story is amazing. 15 out of 10. Just like Melissa's story, and just sadder. Just really sad. Just a really sad story. Weird looks. And I would rate her. She's probably one of the best units in the game. Would I marry? Alright, if we're just using that 3 criteria, appearance, story, and skill set, waifu for sure. But but in real life, oh man, I don't know if I'd marry. I'd marry it just for the experience, just for the party story. Hey guys, I married a chick who's also a male dragon. Does that mean she's in love with herself? I don't know. I don't know, people. I don't think Eva's in this, so we'll use we'll use hey, Mackie's not even in here. That's sad. There's no Mackie. We'll use Hardy as Ava. Because, why not? Triple S. Ava's got to be triple S. Super powerful, great story, great artwork. But would I marry her? I don't know. Maybe I'd go on a few dates. But she would just speak like crazy, like her old school language. And she can be she could. Alright, that's enough. Alright, so one more surprise one. And this one is for. This one is for Best Boy. I dedicate this for you. And let me just look for that person. Oh man, I don't think they have that person here. Look at Pry. Would you marry Pry? We'll just have to do another substitute. And that person I was thinking of, and I want to know everyone's thoughts. Like, would you just 10 out of 10 waifu material? Zilva. Zilva loves you so much that every time you do a pull, he just appears. That's his dedication. I mean, he's got a box, right? He has this mystery box. He has like a giant, like a shield, like an axe with like steam coming out of it. He has a massive ponytail. In high school, all the kids, the cool kids in my class, had a ponytail. 12 out of 10 appearance. Look how dapper this guy is. And he's the only, Michael says, Luxu from Kingdom Hearts. The original Kingdom Hearts? I don't know who Luxu is. Let's look him up. Hey. I wonder if the another Eden art team are just told, hey, can you just copy this character? Can you copy Tifa? Can you copy Luxu? I think I've played Zilva's side quest. I never... Did they explain the box? I know he's looking for his wife. Right, so in terms of appearance, I would give Zilva a 100 out of 10. This dapper dude with a massive ponytail. And giant axe. You gotta take this person seriously. He's ultimate waifu. Plus, if he's rich, right, and he has a lot of treasure, and you take him as your waifu, and then he passes away, you just keep all his money. You keep that black box. Zilva's story is heartbreaking. Maybe I've only played one of his quests. Alright, so skills. I'm going to give Zilva a 0 out of... I'm going to give Zilva a 0 out of 10 for skills. Because no one in the history of time has mentioned winning a battle with Zilva. But... Best Boy says, all people supremacy. Story. So judging from what Michael says, Zilva has a great story, and from my memory, he's looking for his wife. I forgot what happens. So apparently, it's heartbreaking. So 500 out of 10 for his story. Best Boy says, you used him in the maze once. Is that a compliment or an insult? Because you've played through the maze over 10 times by now, right? So looks, Zilva, 100 out of 10. Skill set, I'm going to give him negative 50 out of 10. Story, 500 out of 10. So what would I rate Zilva? Since the Zilva isn't here, all right, let's put Ewan as Zilva. If we could have 4 S's, I would put Zilva there. But unfortunately, we can't. So he gets a triple S rank. This is the tier list, everyone. To top it off is Suzette Alta. Next is Suzette, Ava, and then Zilva. Zilva was a clear choice. Waifu for sure. Especially because he's dying soon. Then we have Mistrare, then Melissa. S, we have Azami, Mistrare. Softlu says, next time I get a white key, I get light bonus that will get over 80 Eva. It's not all that bad. Damn, you have over 80 for Eva? What's the best way to get light points for Eva? So B, we have Veyner, Annabelle, Shani, and Elga. C, we have uncensored Tuva. Oh no, that is censored Tuva. Yuna, no, that's just normal Tuva. They didn't censor the 4-star version, right? Elga and Amy.